We're back with a video today to tell you everything you need to know about Cary, North Carolina. If you're thinking about moving to Raleigh, you've probably had your eye on Cary. It's where most people start their search in the area. There's some important things you need to know. Please stick around till the end when we talk to you a little bit about something that other real estate professionals are not going to tell you about buying a home in Cary, North Carolina. First things first, my name is Chris and I'm with Moving to Raleigh, North Carolina, where we are helping you find your home in Raleigh stress-free. Stick around on this video. We're going to give you important information about Cary, the surrounding areas, and why it's such a hot spot. Let's get to it, and we're going to start by taking a look at the map. First things first, where are we talking about? Well, if you take a look at the map right next to me, the center of Raleigh is right here with 440 and 40 going around it, and right to the west of it is Cary. Now you'll notice as we zoom in here, Cary sprawls out to the west, all the way almost out to Jordan Lake, and down south of US 1, south of, we're going to talk about Lockmere here in a minute, but it's all these little tentacles that come down, 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 almost to the 540. Well, from top to bottom, you need to keep in mind, from way up here in Morrisville, Breckenridge area, down to the bottom, that's a good 20, sometimes 25-minute drive to get from one end of Cary to the other. So the first thing you need to know is, if you're looking around at Cary, and perhaps you've got a feed coming into your app, you're on Zillow or whatever, you're taking a look at houses for sale, if it says Cary, it could be all the way at the top of Cary, or it could be all the way at the bottom of Cary. You don't know until you start looking and take a look at the map. So it's important to know where in Cary you're talking about. Now, first thing I wanted to point out is why Cary is such a hot spot. We're breaking down West Raleigh for you. We're talking about areas where you can buy and what you can expect in those areas that might or might not work for you on the map today. Why is Cary so hot? Well, here's the number one reason, probably, is the Raleigh-Durham Airport is right above Cary. It's a 10-minute drive, very, very close. As we scroll up just a little bit more, over here is Research Triangle Park. So this is a tech hub. Let me zoom in. There's the airport, there's the Triangle Park. Research Triangle Park is a hub for technology here in the Raleigh area. Many people are moving from overseas as well as from other parts of the United States to move to be close to work here in Research Triangle Park. And while COVID gave us a lot of work from home, which many of you are probably doing, some people are needing to go into the office, and Research Triangle Park's right there. Now, the Raleigh Triangle, which is Raleigh, Durham, and Chapel Hill over here, is kind of an elongated triangle. And the reason being, those are kind of the next two big cities in the area. Chapel Hill is home to UNC, University North Carolina, Chapel Hill, and it's a major university, great school, great sports teams, and it's a college town. So Chapel Hill, we're not going to talk too much about it today. Durham, there's a reason I want to tell you right up front. There's a reason you're going to find homes in this area that might be a little less price than down in Cary. Well, it's a city. Durham is a city. It's an older city. Duke University is around this area as well. You've got Duke Forest, Duke University, North Carolina Central University. All the colleges and universities have drawn people to these areas. Durham is an older city. You're going to see some bargains there, but do you want to live in downtown Durham? Contact us before you buy there, because you're going to want to take a look around the city and make sure it's a good fit for you. Okay, here's the cuter parts of downtown Durham. We can scroll around, old banks, old stuff, but this is a downtown area. Some areas are going to be nicer than others down here. You don't want to pick the wrong street, and you do need to be conscious that this is a metro. So some of the safety factors are a little different here, and those things should come into play for you if you're thinking about Durham. Let's get back to Cary. We're going to start in the top and talk about Morrisville. And it's not the tippity top, but these areas out here are a lot more outlier areas. You've got Amberley and Evans Farm, and mostly, you're seeing obviously some, some of the, 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 some of the townhomes, newer townhomes in the area. And but what we want to talk a little bit about Morrisville. Morrisville, I get calls about Morrisville. Morrisville is beautiful and it has a cool, cute little downtown center, but Morrisville is packed and there's not a lot of homes for sale in Morrisville. Why is Morrisville so desirable? Well, there is a Hindu temple in the area, and that might be important for certain people moving into the area. And Morrisville is part of Cary, and it's like a little city next to Cary. It's very nice up there, okay? Very safe. As you can see from the map, Morrisville sits right at the edge of the freeways here and has easy accessibility to drive down. They have their own Trader Joe's in Morrisville. They also have a Trader Joe's south down here in Kildare. Cary has a belt loop around it, which is called Maynard Road, and it goes around basically the center of Cary and circles the downtown area. Stick around because I'm going to tell you what other real estate people are not telling you about the Cary area. Some important things you'll want to know before you move into this area. So, other than safety, accessibility to stores and shops, there's also the school district. Most people consider Wake County schools to be top-notch, well-rated. But what you need to know is that even if you move right into Cary, let's say you move right into the center of Cary, you may not be able to attend the school that's down the street. Make sure to check with the school first, especially if you have your eye on a certain place. I will tell you that there's lots of private schools around, and North Carolina has what's called a school voucher that you can apply towards a private school. So even a religious school, if you prefer. So those are all things to be checking out before we get you into a location. Take the time to meet with a real estate professional who knows the area or at least can find out about the neighborhoods that you want to live in. Remember to stick around. We're going to give you a few things that other people are not telling you about Cary that you're going to want to know. So stick with us through this video. Next up, when it comes to Cary, we want to show you the availability of homes. These are the homes, all types of homes that are currently active in Cary. Now, as you can see, Cary kind of sprawls down here. Let's zoom in a little bit, all the way up here in the corner, down, down, down to where there's some tentacles down here, all the way down by 1010. And right now there's 462 homes for sale, townhouses and single family homes and condos. Compare that real quick. We're gonna jump over to Apex. Apex is over here. Apex sprawls as well, all the way up from Jordan Lake, way down to 540, 401 area, and has 348 active homes for sale. 348 is 110 basically less than Cary has. Now, why would that be? Well, there's probably more surface area for Cary, and there's also just a little bit more movement happening from Cary right now. So there's a little bit more homes for sale in Cary as of this video today. And as you can see, it's very easy to see. We're on newhomesource.com. You can go there yourself if you want. There is nothing new for sale in the center of Cary. And to be fair, there's not much space there. There's a lot of older homes. There's a lot of new rebuilds on top of old homes. What's called infill, where they're just taking a house down and putting a new house up. There's lots of townhomes down in that area. But I'm only seeing one little place that's building some condos, some townhouses down right in the center, the downtown center of Cary. That being said, as we scroll out, way out to the west side here, we're seeing a lot of growth in here. So let's take a look at a couple spots that are out there. If you're looking for high-end luxury, you've got Millstone Custom Homes down in the area by Toll Brothers, and you've got Young Farm is out there, and that's actually, it's funny, this says Apex, but we're looking in Cary. It's right on the edge. Cary and Apex are right on the edge of each other, and they go back and forth like from street to street. And that is not an exaggeration. You could be in Apex and drive just half block down the street and be in Cary. And then you've got some other builds down here in this area. Places that we really like in Cary include Friendship Village, and Friendship Village is built by Beazer Homes. They have new homes coming in the area, 2,600 to 3,500 square feet. So there are some new construction options. Jumping over to the map, we're taking a quick look at the new homes that are available in the Cary area. So let's zoom in here, and right now it's showing 359 communities in Cary. Now please keep in mind, if you start looking for a new community in Cary, I mean, you could be all the way down here in Carolina Springs, which is really basically down in Holly Springs, but this is still considered a Cary annexed portion of town. So you're gonna pay Cary taxes and have a Cary address. It's crazy. Then you've also got, you know, lots of little townhouses and things near the main area, but 359 different communities down here that we can show you. Alston Landing is a nice one, but again, this is far away from the main areas. You'd have to do a little driving to get to some shopping down in Alston. Hidden Creek, Green Level. We have some videos coming up for these. Let me show you real quick what's going on in Apex. Apex has 332 communities. And look, they've annexed all the way up here, which is basically like just to the west of Cary. It should be a Cary address out here, but it's been annexed by Apex. What's the biggest fact you need to know in this area before you take off? Stick around and we'll give that to you in a second. Okay, so you've waited a little bit, and I want to give you some really important information about the differences in the different areas. Okay, most of the center of Cary, the basic big center and kind of the outlying areas, are older, dense neighborhoods. Now, when I say dense, it could be 1/3 of an acre, it could be maybe 1/2 an acre. They're not going to get much bigger than that. That's in Cary, okay, in almost all of Cary. There's very few areas where you're going to find an acre or more of land. So next up, what we're going to do is go a little bit south on the map, south of the main downtown part of Cary. As we start going south, so looking at the map, we've got US 1, which kind of turns into 64 here, and McGregor Downs. McGregor Downs is an amazing area. I like it. It's a little bit older school, but they've got some really nice big places. They have, look, here's an infill construction. They took an old house, completely rehabbed this area. Most houses here are older, but they do have nice big plots of land. And so if you're looking for some space, probably, I would say, 1/2 acre to maybe 3/4 acre, that's a great place to look. You know, your average price here is probably in the 9 to 1.1 million, maybe even more. It depends on what the house is. Obviously, if you're getting 5,000 square feet, etc. But as you can see, the houses are not really piled right on top of one another. Yeah, there's a few on this street here, but this corner lot here is easily 3/4 acre and has plenty of space so you don't feel like you're right on top of your neighbor. But I want to be sure that you guys understand that when you're looking in a neighborhood, a good example is Lockmere. Okay, so this entire area around here is Lockmere. So it starts up here, goes all the way down, and comes all the way down. Actually, it comes down here to Holly Springs area, Road, all of this. And what's cool about Lockmere is it's actually 34 different neighborhoods. That's right, I said 34 different neighborhoods within Lockmere. You've got the two big lakes. They have everything here from townhomes that are, you know, shared wall townhomes to large homes on large plots. Now, most of this was developed in the 80s and 90s, so they are older homes. Definitely, you're not going to find, there is a little bit of new construction, but you can't just call up a builder and say, hey, I'd like to order up a house in Lockmere. It's not going to happen. They're all sold, so you'd have to look for a resale, like of a recently built home. I really like Lockmere. I like it because it's exclusive. Lockmere is its own neighborhood. It's maintained by the master HOA. They have a nice community center. They have nice playgrounds and pools, and they have the lakes. So if you look at Lockmere Lake, you've got the big one and the little one. And so there's the big one. Here's the little one. The little one actually has a cool walking path all the way around it. We have a video of that somewhere. We'll put a link for that. And we've gone through Lockmere and taken a look at some of the some of the different options for houses there. Let's drop in and take a look. Yeah, so this is typical wooded, no sidewalks in Lockmere. Most of the places won't. Some of the modern builds might. But again, and this photo is actually during the winters, there's no leaves, but very typical to have, say, a 50, 60 foot offset from the front of the house to the street, and nice big lots here. Now again, if you're looking at something with a Cary address or Lockmere or whatever it may be, make sure we take a look at where exactly it's located and what the street really looks like. Because they also have some townhouses that are on small, narrow streets where you couldn't fit 2 cars in between them. So you don't want to, you don't want to pick the wrong area. If that works for you, that's great. Or you want to be in a Cary address, but you want to get in a little more affordable, maybe in the 400 range, then you can buy a townhome in the area and be able to take a look at that. So this is really one of the big things that I wanted to point out, that a lot of real estate agents are not going to tell you. And they're not going to tell you, oh yeah, it's not the greatest part of town. Technically, we're not allowed to say what's safe or not safe, but we can definitely direct you in the right area. And for us, for our relocation team, we don't want you to move into an area that you later regret. That would be really bad. So we want to take the time to be able to introduce you to these areas. So, here we've got like nice streets. Let's dump out of here and get into a different area of Lockmere. Let me see if they'll let us right in here. This is what I'm talking about. So the other part of Lockmere that we just looked at, bigger lots, lot more offset. These houses closer to the street, closer to each other, and smaller size. This is all Lockmere. So again, folks, you want to make sure you're looking at the house that's on the right street for you. We can make that easy for you. We can actually go to the street and take some videos for you. We can also tell you, based on our experience, what areas would work for you and place you in precisely the right neighborhood that's good for you, and do it with less stress. So if you're moving to the area, book a 10-minute call with us to reduce your stress. I moved across the country from California years ago, and we moved our cars, we moved with little kids, we did the box moving trucks and all the different stuff, and we can help you avoid a lot of stress, and we can help you save money and buy in the place that's really going to work for you. So before you buy, have a consultation. Let us show you some options of areas that might work for you. If you've already decided that Cary is not a good fit, there's a couple of tiles that are going to come up for other areas that you might want to check out. If you're looking to save money, I would go to Holly Springs, Fuquay-Varina. If you're looking to save even more money, go to Garner. If you're looking for something that's more of an estate, maybe a little bit bigger, there's some that are coming up in the west that we'd be able to show you. Please book a call with us today, and I look forward to talking to you soon. We'll get on to the next video and look at different parts of Raleigh, including the north and the east, and we'll catch you on those videos. Thanks.